All right, guys, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. This is episode 45, right, guys?
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
took a hiatus and I am back. So, you get me this episode. So,
Yep.
obviously, I'm going to talk shit about the government, conspiracy theories. I'm back, folks. Here we go.
We actually took a little bit of a break too. Just had a lot going on. Took a couple weeks off. I moved fucking all the way back home to Illinois. Bark survived a typhoon, right?
Yeah, there was like three or four went through at the same time, and then
Damn.
since we took some time off, I worked on my garden. I'll send you some pictures, Jed.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that. I like gardens. I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna put a garden in at my mom's house next spring.
nice. And
Yeah.
then what else did I do? Oh well, I don't know. I just relaxed. I had a lot of fun over the summer. I'm building a porch right now, so I'm just helping out like an aunt.
Like,
So that's cool.
oh, okay. So it's like your aunt's porch. I was gonna ask you, is it like your own porch, or are you building it for somebody?
Yeah, I'm building it for somebody just because they want one. So
Man.
it was just nice. So yeah, our little hiatus is kind of panned out for everybody, and now we're
Yeah.
back.
So,
We're back for everybody. That's awesome.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get this out of the way. Afghanistan, boys. What the fuck happened? What the fuck?
Dude, I don't
Like,
even know.
like a colossal fuck up. Like, it's almost a thought out fuck up.
Is
So
it though?
obviously I've talked about, yeah, and I'll explain why.
Okay.
So I've talked about the military industrial complex, and there's the huge warmongers like these huge defense contracts, Raytheon, um, you know, certain DoD affiliates that you make money off of war, essentially, right? So
Yeah.
if we were to pull out, they would lose all that money. Like they would be like, what the fuck? We have no business. That it's become a business, being in the Middle East. But if you pull out correctly, this is going to sound dirty. If you pull out correctly, you don't leave a mess. All right. Now, eventually you leave a mess, but that's later on. Okay. No, I can't. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Geez.
all right.
Leave a mess somewhere else.
So let's just take the fucking. I'm not thinking like that. All right. That.
Yeah, you
So
are. Dirty man.
I
Dirty,
was,
dirty
dude.
man.
I was. I couldn't help
Yeah.
it. So, like, okay, so you pull out.
We're children.
All right. So I have to say out of Afghanistan, otherwise this is just gonna get fucking terrible. So like you pull out of Afghanistan correctly, and and
Strange name for a lady.
shut the fuck up, Jed. Uh, then like okay, everything's kind of you know done correctly, I guess. Like everything's set up to where hey, we've trained you, we've left you with enough to defend yourselves, and we've gotten everybody we needed to out. We've gotten our equipment out. Everything's good to go. But if you leave the way we left, abruptly, suddenly, there's all these people, there's all these resources that got left behind. These resources like $250 million worth of, you know, they say 250 million, but I guarantee it's more. I mean, it could be 250 mil because it's Afghanistan, but like
It's the
250
GameStop
mil,
price.
right? Well, it's like
GameStop
so.
sale price.
So like the $250 million worth of equipment, you can't think that isn't holding any kind of sensitive information to our national security. Like you leave that shit there, you think the Russians aren't going to get a hold of it? You think the Chinese aren't going to get a hold of it? What the fuck? Like you left all that shit, you armed the Taliban. So now we're gone, and now the Taliban are armed. Obviously, there's going to be more conflict, which gets to my point, Mark. I think it's planned out conspiracy to go back in because
Oh,
this
okay.
is going to be fucking. This isn't over. This turned the knob up on it. So they're like, well, how do we show Americans that we're that we give a fuck, which because we don't. Well, let's just pretend to pull out, and we'll pull out, but then it's just gonna be a big fucking mess, and we're gonna have to go back in.
I could
Sometimes
see that.
sometimes when you pull out, you got to put it back in. You know.
Yeah.
You're
Mess
terrible.
maintenance. That's what you gotta do.
That's
Well,
just
I
it,
could
though.
already
That's
see
a
it,
huge.
though, because
That's a funny analogy. Like, that's kind of funny comparison, I guess. Like, they just like fucking, right? The U.S. government just likes fucking. They like fucking you. They like fucking other countries over. So they're like, yeah, we pulled out. Just kidding. It's getting back in because we just like to fuck everything. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
anyways,
Yeah.
that's my piece. Fuck.
It's
I'm back, folks.
okay. What I'm seeing is already the articles that are out are talking about how bad the Taliban are treating like women, journalists, and all that. So I'm like, oh, so already we're gonna get this narrative like, oh, we better be over there. We better save these people. We better, push for freedom for everybody again, because they've already like painted these people as like the worst people in existence. The only thing that they haven't been writing about is that they're kicking puppies.
Right.
That's
Well, I've seen
that's
the
what I think.
opposite, dude. I saw this little clip of CNN. This lady went in and she was like, "Oh, the Taliban are saying fuck Americans, we're gonna kill you, blah blah blah." But it seems mostly peaceful, you know.
Oh my god.
Like they
Oh, it's
literally
just
were
a
saying
standard
that
peaceful
shit.
protest.
Exactly.
It's like they don't. It's non-violent or something. It's like, okay, it's non-violent, but like, what the fuck are they saying?
Yeah.
I'd say
That's
violent intent.
I also seen where like, yeah, because I seen that, and then I seen something about, what was it, like, they're saying that the Taliban, certain members of the Taliban, because they wouldn't paint the whole Taliban like this, are helping people that want to get out, so then they don't have to deal with them later. They're letting them leave and blah blah blah. And I was like, what? Because I've also heard, on the other hand, that they're whipping people at the airport that are trying to leave. Like, I don't know. It's all crazy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's people hanging on to airplanes, man, trying to
Oh man,
leave.
that video was
Like,
fucked.
there's, oh my god.
We can put that small clip there probably in the
We
video
put
here,
like a
but like,
picture of. I mean, you can
No,
see
I'll
what
put the
it
clip in.
is,
I'll put the clip
and
in,
then
man.
and then there's people like throwing their babies over the fence and stuff
yeah,
like that, trying to get people to take their children because they're so afraid, right?
right.
Dude, it looked
You
like
know, you know, a situation is so fucked whenever you're like, you know what, just save my kids.
Yeah,
Just
right.
women and
yeah,
children first, and in this case, I guess just children, but still,
yeah. You
so
know,
fucked.
oddly enough, what it reminded me of was a movie, dude. Fucking when they got to when they were trying to get out of Jerusalem in World War Z. Like the wall got fucked. Like they climbed over the fucking wall, and the whole city's getting overrun. It was like the last full city that didn't have zombies in it because they had massive walls all around it. And they finally, they made way too much noise, and the zombies climbed over. And like, yeah, they're trying to take off, and people are clinging to the landing gear of the plane, running after it. There's a guy on the freaking wing just trying to hold on. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do when you're at 30,000 feet and can't breathe, but I mean, hey, good effort.
Tom
And
Cruise.
yeah, it's like wild. Yeah, like this situation we're finding ourselves in is it's that level of fear that like I don't even care what happens to me as long as my kid could possibly survive. And it's
Yeah,
just crazy that we've allowed that to manifest in our world. I mean, we're supposed to be like the peacekeepers, man. When was the last time we actually did that?
Well,
yeah. I mean, if we would have actually went in, I think, like, for instance, whenever we were defeating the caliphate of ISIS, right?
Yeah.
And we went in and we constantly set pressure. We didn't give up pressure a lot of the time, right?
Mm.
If we would do the same thing with the Taliban, we probably would have had similar results where we could, but I guess also it is an idea, so it's hard to kill an idea.
Right, yeah, like we thought we were gonna kill the Taliban when we killed oh wait, was that Al Qaeda?
That was
Osama bin Laden?
yeah, I think that was Al Qaeda.
Dude, you know one of those guys that like was in G-Bay, Guantanamo Bay, like got released.
Never heard
He
anybody
was
call
one
it
of those.
G-Bay. That was pretty crazy. That's you got a nickname for
He's too
Guantanamo?
familiar with it. He's been there too many times. He's like, yeah, heading down to G-Bay for the weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for the weekend. I like to spend my weekends with a bunch of fucking high-level terrorists. But anyways,
I think that'd be a
What the
fun
hell?
weekend. Just go down to like the worst people of the worst and just beat the fuck out of them with like a piece of bamboo or something. It's like, what a
sounds
great
like
vacation.
this ain't Vietnam, Jed. Anyways, fucking yeah, Guantanamo Bay. So one of the like head dudes that helped orchestrate 9/11, when he like it was during Obama's time, but he got like traded. They traded like 3 terrorists for an American.
okay.
And so that was like during Obama's term, whatever. Now there's a picture of that guy, and when they did it, the trade or whatever, when he walked out, he told the guards, he's like, "There will be blood on your soil again. We're going to fucking attack this country again. Watch, like we're not done. We're gonna be back." And then now there's a picture of him, like free as can be, take like when he took over their capital or whatever. So now he's set free, and here's my theory, dude. The 20th anniversary of 9/11 is next month. 20 years. This just so happened to happen a month before the 20-year anniversary. Something's gonna happen on 9/11, dude. Like that's my theory. Like, be fucking prepared for
Right,
something.
like, yeah. It's like
I
too
don't know
many
what,
dominoes are
but
falling into place.
it's too yeah, man. Once you
It's almost formulaic. It's like if you were like reading this in a textbook, you're like, is this some kind of like drama novel that I'm reading?
Yeah.
Like it's like this, like it's like if you're looking at this, you know that it's gonna turn out badly, but it's like a train wreck. It's like you start watching a train wreck. It's like you can't look away.
Some drama movie called White House 2000.
White House
2000s.
2000.
Yeah.
Dude, watch. So this is gonna happen next month on 9/11, and then they're gonna like the FBI or CIA, whatever. They're just gonna like scrounge through a bunch of shit, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, we found this podcast that predicted this. They must have fucking orchestrated it or something." And then they're gonna fucking get us, question us. What do you fucking
I
know
live in
about
a
it?
different country, so then they're just like they literally take
Yeah.
me to Guantanamo. Like
Yeah.
you guys
At
get
least
like
at least
a
we get
regular
interviewed.
jail cell. I'm like
Yeah.
pissing in a corner while fucking jihadis are beating me down for like whatever's in my pockets so they can turn into a bomb. Like
Hey, at least you won't go hungry, Mark.
oh fuck you. And then
Plenty of coffee sandwiches there.
yep. Shit. That I think that adds way too much insult to injury right there.
It's like, yeah,
Not
you're already
only-
in like the worst prison ever, and now you're subject to this.
Then you're getting sexually abused by like prison guards and possibly terrorists. Oh, the worst
Possibly
of
at the same time.
Yeah. Lane, you look like you're gonna say something, bud. What's up?
No, I just this country's fucked.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's just what's going through my head. But anyways,
speaking of kicking puppies, I've been doing that for about a week now.
Huh?
Nah, dude, this fucking dog, dude. I swear, you take a step and he's like, I need to be on your foot. And then you take another step, and he's like, oh, another foot. He's like attacking my feet as I walk. It's like impossible not to kick him.
So you got a
Yeah.
dog?
So my mom's dog, Lucian, he's getting real old now. He's got cataracts real bad. He can't really see, but he's still living just fine. He's not complaining, sleeping a lot. But my brother went ahead and got her a new puppy for when the inevitable happens. Good little dog, potty training's coming along pretty okay, but boy, does he like to pounce on feet as you're walking, man.
have you guys noticed inflation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gas prices,
A
milk,
little bit.
fucking
Like just with
eggs.
gas mostly here. And like imported we get like imported meat in
Yeah.
Japan quite a bit. Just because like if I get all Japanese, let's say beef, for instance, that's usually what we import, then it's way more expensive because Japanese beef is just like really good and really expensive. But yeah, the Canadian beef has went up in price, like the Australian beef and the American beef, all super expensive now. Like, I'm still, I guess I'm looking at better prices than, I guess, like, you guys have had higher price jumps, I should say. And then, like, with me, it's like, oh, that's now like 50 cents more. That's shit.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, adds up.
Yeah, it's weird too, and a lot of it's coming down to like places just can't get stuff anymore. Like we were at a Chinese restaurant that's never had any problems really, and then all of a sudden they're telling us that they don't have hot tea, they don't have coffee.
Yeah.
You know, they had to take like 3 or 4 things off the menu because they're just not getting the deliveries with it. And then I'm talking to like, you know, gas stations and stuff, and they're like, yeah, we're still waiting on like, you know, we're like 3 deliveries behind on certain items, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then farmers around here, they're being asked to destroy their crops. They don't even want them harvested. I've heard that places that process oil are being told to dump their oil, just get rid of it. And it's like, wait, what? We're in a pretty big recession right now, and you're just getting rid of resources?
That's because
Stupid
the
as fuck.
government wants you. They want you weak and on your knees, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
Have you seen
It's like,
what's going on in Australia?
I have not.
They have like a total lockdown where like you can't leave your house. You can't. It's chaos, and they're taking to the streets. They're protesting, and it scares the fuck out of me because the cops. It's like, man, what kind of orders are you following? What are you doing? What are you thinking, man? If you're a cop out there and you're actually doing riot control, like you got to really think about what you're doing, man, because like people are standing up for. And I guess this is Australia, right? But like, I guess this can resonate more in the U.S. because you work for us, motherfuckers. We the people. You listen to us. The government was made for the people.
Yeah.
The people weren't made to serve the government.
Yeah.
And that's what it's becoming. It's becoming a get on your knees and beg me for money because I'm the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah.
You know, themselves, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having protests all over Europe too, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Like
yeah.
France, maybe Germany.
France has been pretty bad.
What's going on with
just heard.
Germany and Britain though? Is there something going on there?
What do you mean?
I read. Well, I guess if you guys don't know, then never mind. But I thought I saw something like they were trying to start war with each other or something. It was kind of stupid.
that. What?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I was
I'd
gonna
have
ask, what's going on with Hong Kong?
Well, they're just oppressed people. They're just beaten down. They're now a part of China and they're losing all their freedom.
Ah, makes sense. CCP, gotta love it.
Yeah, I mean, they suck. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God, did you hear about? Okay, this is throwing it back a little bit for the Olympics since Jed brought up Hong Kong and Taiwan as well. So they had their own teams, right? They weren't part of the China team or whatever.
Yeah.
So whenever they brought out Taiwan, China had to, like during the opening ceremony, China had to turn off their TVs. They like turned it to some Chinese drama because they do that all the time because they don't want to show Taiwan as a separate entity.
Right.
Because they did that, they ended up skipping over China stepping out to the ceremony, which I thought was hilarious.
Huh.
Also, there's a lot of people watching the Olympics in Hong Kong, rooting for
Taiwan.
rooting for Hong Kong or whatever. And there was like different situations where they'd be playing like the Chinese national anthem in place of like Hong Kong winning something or something like that, and people are just like, yeah, fuck that, we're Hong Kong, we're separate, we're not part of them, stop it, you know, all that. And then people getting arrested because they're protesting like that at like a beer garden, drinking and like enjoying the Olympics together.
Yeah.
And then they got so petty because the Hong Kong people were like, oh, this is so petty. So China lost to Japan, and they were like rooting, like, "Go Japan, yeah, woohoo!" In Hong Kong, and they ended up like arresting 4 or 5 people because of that. I was like,
Yeah, it's
"Oh, you suck,
ridiculous.
China."
Dude, yeah, it's like I don't know what we can do with China because it's China. Like it's not really our place to do anything, but like man, they're not making any allies.
Oh no, I mean,
Russia,
well,
right?
the Taliban.
Yeah,
They've
I'm
come out
sure.
trying to be allies with the Taliban.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe
they've said that. They've
they
openly
have.
said that they're negotiating with the Taliban. They're ready to work with the
I
Taliban.
smell World War III, boys.
I smell it too.
I think that they're jumping into that because either China wants to have a war,
China
or
wants resources, bro. They
yeah,
need
they just want
resources.
all the
Afghanistan?
resources out of
Oh, that's a
Afghanistan.
fucking gold pit. You know the resources there? The lithium, all the shit that's in those fucking areas,
The
those
oil
mountains.
or
Yeah, dude, that's
I mean
big
even just
time.
Iraq.
They need that shit. Oh, they need
Yeah.
it. They want it. They're gonna fucking get it now.
Yeah, they
Oh
get
yeah,
what they want.
And like I said earlier, I mean, all of our equipment there. You know how like people were saying like, oh, Biden works for fucking what's that? The Chinese guy, Xi Jinping or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
Xi Jinping.
Yeah,
Winnie the
I
Pooh.
mean, think about it. They're working with the Taliban. They come in, they seize all of our shit. That
Mhm.
means they're scoping it out. They're
Deconstructing.
reverse engineering all of our shit,
Yep.
finding out all of our shit. Like, I don't know, man.
Yep.
It's kind of fucking weird. It's kind of fucking scary. It's kind of like, man, could you imagine that if we like actually got like royally fucking like betrayed by our own like government? They were like, well, we owe so much money to China. They own us. We might as well like fucking join
It's
them.
not unheard of.
They're taking over. Well, that's the thing is like you see this slow progression of like communism in our country. I do.
Mhm.
I don't know if you do. I mean, Mark probably not, but like I see it and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, but it all like you really can stem it out, and it comes from China, like China in Hollywood,
Yeah,
like Hollywood, and then there's other parts, but like that's the main one I can think of at the moment.
Industrial, like
But, right,
industry.
because right,
Yeah.
it's
trade.
basically yeah, it's very weird, and it's like, what if we just roll over to China? Like, what if China just comes in and invades? What are we gonna do? What the
You
fuck are we
know,
gonna do, dude?
I think that there's a few more things that'll have to happen before anybody invades us.
Yeah, and they'll happen.
They
Yeah.
they
Shit's
could
already
happen.
getting weird.
They could happen.
could.
I think. I honestly think that with the Taliban and China teaming up, and you were talking about how like, oh, maybe our government fucked us and all this shit, right? Because for either power or gain or whatever. Look how many times they have fucked us though. Like it's not unheard of. Like for instance, there's what is it? Operation.
Which one?
I,
Which
okay.
fucking one?
This one hits close to home. It's the operation where they either allowed or they sold guns to
Operation
the
Fast and
Mexican
Furious. Operation Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Okay, yeah, they
Yeah.
sold guns or they allowed guns. So let's say
Yep.
to get into the cartel, and we ended
Tracked
up
it.
with dead Americans, border patrol, things like that, because of that, and also we how many terrorist organizations did we arm or train, and then they started taking over countries in the Middle East? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least 3.
3 now, yeah,
At least.
at least, yeah. I mean, look at Israel, how much money we give to them, and how much they protect themselves. Let's say use maybe some excessive protection. I don't know.
Oh wait, the use of excessive force that doesn't exist.
I swear it's. Oh my god, it's just crazy how much they have fucked us, and it's on record, right? Like we can look at it and be like, oh, look at how you fucked us over. Look
Well,
at
and
how
that's
many
the whole thing about the
soldiers are dead.
Yeah, well, and that ties in with like, well, why are so many people not getting the vaccine? It's like when the government tells you to do something, especially after the Tuskegee experiments. Sorry, not going to take your fucking vaccine. You can shove that vaccine right up your ass.
Yeah,
You can shove that vaccine right up your ass, dude. You
I
tell me to
understand.
take something, and I look at your credibility, I look at your history, and it's shit. Sorry, I can't trust you. I can't fucking trust you. Sorry, you ruined it. So now it's becoming forced. Now it's New York City, LA. Oh, you don't have your vaccine paperwork? You do not have your papers? See papers. Where are your papers? Do you guys remember a time where people had to show papers in order to function in society?
In order to get food.
Yeah. In order
Yeah, I
to
remember that time.
participate in society. It's fucked, man. This whole
remember that
thing's
time.
fucked.
Dude, it's totally fucked, man.
And once
they want it like that.
They want it. They need it like that, Jed.
Yeah.
And
So
so
they
long
can
as
take
we
more.
keep our guns, I mean, it might happen, dude. I mean, it's already kind of.
Small
But here's the
resistance.
thing, man. People need to be educated on this shit because it's not even an argument, bro. It's a cop out. The only thing I ever hear is, well, it's for our safety. Safety, safety, safety. It's like, okay, what about give me liberty or give me death? How
My
about
body,
that?
my choice.
Right? And you say that.
If I want
Yeah,
lead in
that's
it, I
funny as
will.
fuck. It's like you say, my body, my choice. Oh, that only applies to abortion. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, that only applies to killing infants. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Well, that's a different thing. Like, okay, so
Well, before you
that's
get on,
yeah. That's okay. That's a whole different nutshell.
that
We don't
is,
need to
yeah,
crack
it's
open, but
irrelevant. Basically, what I
yeah.
was gonna say is like, it's like, man, for people who already have the vaccine, why are you so worried about me not having it?
Right. If yours works, what do I need mine for? And did you hear
Exactly.
now the two-shotters, the ones that need 2 shots instead of just 1,
Yeah,
they now apparently need a 3rd dose.
of course.
What are you gonna need a 4th dose and a 5th dose and a 6th dose? You're gonna need a dose every 3 or 4 months.
Exactly,
Like
dude.
they're just roping you in. They're taking
Well,
you.
here's the theory too about the Delta variant: is the Delta variant didn't come about until, well, some say it was in India before the vaccine, but I highly doubt that. Like,
Thought it was something
what
to do with
we're
South
doing
America, but
is so I get it all the time, right? You're anti-vax. Oh, you don't believe in vaccines. What about the polio vaccine? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop right there. The polio vaccine actually killed it off. Okay, killed the virus. This vaccine doesn't fucking kill it. Basically, put the mask over it, right? So you still have it, and it's basically telling your body how to create a better virus. It's not even it's not eradicating it. So no wonder you have to get another one and another one and another one because you're creating more variants by doing this shit. I'm no fucking listen, I'm not, I'm not a fucking scientist. But I watch a lot of shit, dude. And like what I'm reading from doctors from we got to think of the fucking name.
Immunologists.
No, not them. What's his name? He has the Dark Horse podcast. He was a teacher. He was a teacher at Yale or something. Anyways, what we're doing essentially is we're creating more variants. We're creating the perfect incubation for a super virus.
I saw a video of an immunologist or whatever talking at a school board meeting about like how we're gonna open the schools, are they gonna need masks and all this, so we're gonna require vaccines and all this stuff. And he was talking about how the only virus comparable to this one that we eradicated was smallpox. And the only reason we were able to actually eradicate smallpox was because it did not have a base in animals.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, like, right before I saw that, I saw something it was an email I got from like the Wildlife Conservatory, and it said that it was from National Geographic. You know what? I don't trust a lot of big corporations and stuff, but National Geographic is one of those ones that, like, what are they going to do? Lie to me about how the Earth needs our help? Okay, sure. I agree the Earth needs our help. Fine. But it was an article about how 40%, almost half, 40% of wild deer that were tested positive for coronavirus. So we're not going to be able to eliminate coronavirus. Coronavirus is never just going to, boom, go away. It's not, we don't need to get to 85% and then magically the virus is gone. It's never going to go away. It's here like the fucking flu is, okay? To stay forever. And, I don't need the vaccine. I'm pretty sure I got it after I helped you move, Lane. Honestly, didn't even notice it. I spent like a couple days with a couple extra hours of sleep and just not wanting to do much. And then I got back to my life.
Exactly,
that's me.
bro.
Now that's me. I am a healthy young man. I am. I've also rolled in the dirt a lot, eaten mud pies. I've grown up, just trying to build a healthy immune system my whole life, and I don't take a lot of pharmaceuticals, which are clinically proven to reduce your immune system because it's like if you always run with weights on, you'll get stronger. When you take the weights off, you'll be stronger and faster. But it's the opposite. You're running with something helping you, so you're not going to be as strong when you take them off. So like when your immune system really needs is to just be left alone, left its own devices to fight these things off, so it can get strong on its own. You keep giving these new viruses and these new boosters and stuff, and eventually it's going to come to the point where your immune system's a crippled old man in a robotic wheelchair, and if that wheelchair dies, you're done. That's my take on it. Like, personally, I don't need the vaccine. I'm a healthy young man. I don't need it. Now, if you're older, you have lung problems and stuff, and it's something you're really concerned about, by all means, get it if you want to. I'm not going to tell you have to. I'm not going to tell you don't. But like, can we just stop the blaming? Like, it's not my fault that this virus is still going on. It's really not.
Yeah,
I guarantee you
that's
that.
what I love is like people who are like those damn anti-vaxxers. If they would just go get the vaccine, it's like, dude,
They
fuck
need an
right
enemy.
off, man.
That's all it is.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck right off.
They want to divide us, dude. It's more the divide and conquer.
Just think,
White,
like, if
black,
you get the
vaccinated,
vaccine, you're probably
unvaccinated.
going to have to get a vaccine every year.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get a booster every year or some sort of variant control every year. That's probably what it's going to be. Just think about what you do for the flu.
Somebody asked me that. I think it was your brother, Mark, last night. I think he asked me if I ever got the flu shot. And I told him I got the flu shot one time. Oddly enough, it was the same year I got the flu.
Because it wasn't the same strand or something, right?
Maybe, I don't know. All I know is the one time I got the flu was the first year I got the flu shot. And I got the flu after I got the flu shot. To be clear, I didn't get the flu and then get the shot. I got the shot and then got the flu. And ever since then, I've never gotten the flu shot since, and I've never had the flu since.
Yeah.
Or at least I might have,
funny.
I don't go to the doctor all the time. I might have had the flu, didn't notice it.
Well, some last like a week, some last like 4 days. So, I mean, don't be kind of weak as a person that thinks they're they have to go somewhere for everything.
Hypochondriac, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd rather take something natural, especially with all of the conspiracies and shit. Like, it dawns on me, man, because, like, what if I'm not going to be some experimental patient for some experimental vaccine?
Right, yeah.
I'd rather take, like, no one's talking about ivermectin. And that supposedly is a, you can take it as a, what's it called? Like a pre-measured,
Preventative measure?
like a protection. Yeah, preventative measure. I forget the scientific term for it, but
I thought they were. Some people have proven it doesn't do anything, and then some have proven that it does. They've run
done.
like studies side to side,
You
gotten
know, it all
Yeah.
different
comes back
results.
down to the fact that me, Lane, you give us the same drug, it's not going to hit our bodies the same way.
Right.
Okay, that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, you can look at regional, you can look at ethnicity, you can look at background, you can look at pharmaceuticals you've had in the past, you can look at prescriptions you're taking now. There's like 1,000 different variables to tell you whether or not things are going to work or not. And like Lane said, you don't want to be a test subject. And like people always, as soon as you say you don't want to get the coronavirus vaccine, the first thing to say is, "Oh my God, you're an anti-vaxxer. You're the worst kind of." I'm not an anti-vax. I am very for vaccines. Polio vaccine, wonderful. Tuberculosis vaccine, awesome. I got one myself. Smallpox vaccine, if I needed one, I would get one. I think I did get one a long time ago. I'm all for those vaccines. And do you know why? Because they went through the proper trial period where they tested it across many different ethnicities, many different backgrounds. They made sure that it was going to work before they were like, this is something you should take. It wasn't like, oh my God, we've been working on this for 16 months. We finally got something out. Let's just make people get it and see what happens. Right now, we're in the human trial runs of this, and we're doing it on a massive scale, which can only have bad freaking reactions.
Right. Everybody is different. Like, you need to actually sit with a doctor, talk about, hey, for you, this makes sense. Hey, for you, doesn't really make sense. Let somebody else go in and get the vaccine or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Furthermore,
it's very,
so go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's very concerning that they're threatening our civil liberties. You can't function in society unless you get this vaccine. It's like, and I hate to like bring it into a religious text too, but there is a thing in the Bible called the mark of the beast. And with that mark, if you don't have that mark, you can't function in society and shit. And it's very eerie. And it talks about like the days of Noah. And it's kind of a weird prophecy because people have alluded to that's happening right now. But anyways, Jed.
Yeah.
I think they've said that about a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I get what I get what you mean. A lot of people, they're afraid of whenever you bring religion into something. It always sparks a lot of fear, and people make connections all the time because of how things are written.
Judgment
Yeah.
Day is upon us, the end is nigh. But no, what I was gonna say was, furthermore, with this vaccine, it's not a normal vaccine. This vaccine and like just how it is chemically made up and how it reacts to your body is unlike any vaccine before it. Okay, and I'm like we said before, we're not doctors, we're not virologists, we're not immunologists or anything, but like we've listened to these people, we've heard reports from these people, the ones that the mainstream media are not going to show you because it doesn't align with their narrative that they're trying to push. It doesn't instill the fear that they want to use to control you. And they said that like how this virus interacts with your body is really bad. Like it creates what was it? Spike proteins, Lane?
Well, there's a spike protein that reacts to your cell, and it basically tells your cell like, "Hey, watch out for this." If you see it again, then attack it, and then when the coronavirus hits your body, then it attacks those the white blood cells attacks the virus and shit. But it's like, there's a lot of different side effects. There's a lot of different variables that go into it. There's blood clots now. Is like what it's doing is like it's ripping apart your I forget what the fuck it was. Like something in your bloodstream. But yeah, there's like a lot of different variables that like I don't know. It just doesn't make sense for me to take it. I don't know. I just would rather. I'm fucking good. I had COVID, official on paper. I had it. So, and I mean, I got over it quick. I was fine, and I've been fine ever since. But what's fucking hilarious is these people that I work with who have gotten the vaccine, they're missing work left and right, and everyone's just like, huh, just fucking scared as shit, scared like shitless. And I'm like, it's funny. Everyone at work sees me every day, and I've not gotten sick yet. Like, you think if they ran into me, that I would, catch it, whatever they had.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too because I've had I work, outside or I don't know, I work a little bit everything most of the time, but either way, really high percentage of people having COVID in Okinawa, and people I work close with or like I drive a truck with every day have had COVID while I'm with them. They've had to take time off work to recover, make sure that they're, negative. And I have not gotten COVID once. And I've had 10 plus times where that's happened, or I'm with somebody that ends up having COVID the next day or test positive the next day. And then I go and get tested. And I have not had COVID once. And I've been tested probably 40 times by now.
Yeah.
Jed, you're muted.
Yeah, he's been muted for some time, I guess.
Fuck, dude, I didn't even mean to mute. Whatever. Anyway, no, I remember. I remember why I muted. Okay, I figured it out. But Mark, I don't think that like I've never been tested, like I said, when I was muted. But Mark, I don't think you and I are very good qualifications for this vaccine thing. And like, I mean, I grew up in Buda. You grew up outside of Buda, man. There's so much radiation in the water around here. Like that just makes us immune to everything, man. Like the radiation in my body kills anything that comes in at this point. Fuck.
Yeah.
But no, all jokes aside, man. Like, it's weird too. It's like, have the people that have gotten COVID around you been vaccinated, Mark?
No. There's only been because we are just kind of getting the vaccines right now. We're getting the what's the first vaccine that came out? The
Pfizer?
2-shot Pfizer. Yeah. That's kind of the only vaccine that Japan has right now. And we're just getting that in, and yeah, there's like I know 2 people that have gotten the vaccine. It's because they're giving it out to the elderly and things like that first.
People that need it, yeah, that's good.
I mean, well, you got to remember Japan's like average age is over 30 or something, and we're getting older every year, and we're not making babies, so it's
don't remind me, man.
bad.
Look. Oh yeah.
No one ever talks about natural immunity.
Right.
True.
Like, am I naturally immune now? And everyone's just like still jamming down my throat to get this vaccine. Like,
I don't know about that because I've met like 4 people that have gotten COVID a couple times. One of the guys I work with actually, he's gotten it 3 times. So it's kind of like, oh, like, is there natural immunity? Is there not? Like, that's what I've only been wondering about it because I don't think there is because
makes me think
that
if there should be, well, it depends. I think it would depend on how you took your first infection of COVID, right? Like if you were down for a week, 2 weeks, you had a pretty fucking shit immune system to begin with, right? So your immune system probably didn't have what it took to fight off, like, and build up those white blood cells that will recognize and attack COVID the next time. Whereas like me and Jed, hey man, who knows? Maybe our immune system's like, cool, got it. We got the fucking structure. Anytime we see it, we're gonna attack it. We're good to go.
Right.
Fucking man the gates.
Yeah, and I feel like with the vaccines and everything, like it shows you like, imagine like it's like a job site, right? Like, and the vaccine just kind of walks in and he's like this, preppy, upbeat, fucking, pencil pushing contractor with, big dick energy without one. And he's like, he lays down this little tiny blueprint. And he says, anytime you see this, blow it up. But then you go to like one of our immune systems and it's, it's this old grizzled, he's been around the block a few times. And some, it's just it's some autoimmune response comes up and says, "Hey boss, we got this problem." And he's like, "Well, let me take a look at it." And he's because it's a good immune system. It's this old grizzled contract that's been working for forever, right? It's a good immune system. He's like, "Oh well, I haven't seen this before, but I think if we do this and this, we can take care of it." And then when it works, he just files it away. I think that's kind of what it's like. It's just, I think if you have a good immune system, you really don't need the vaccine.
Wouldn't like a good immune
What?
Wouldn't like a good immune system be like that big dick energy immune system? But like you kind of switched it. You were like this old decrepit beat up immune system of the
I
age of
wasn't
the
saying,
8-year-old man.
saying old because I was
the
saying
edges
it's like
guy.
A seasoned immune system. Yes, I get what you mean.
Right.
Like I get what you meant. But
for
just,
instance,
I guess
like,
it's funny.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't.
It should have
the
been
best
like
analogy.
a rough and tough, like Woods.
Yeah.
Like that kind of immune system. I don't
All right,
know.
okay.
I'm being
Think about
too
it like
Immune
technical.
system that's running off of Scotch whiskeys and fucking
Yes. Yes.
Right.
It's
cigars.
just
Toughen up.
Yeah, Cubans and Scotch. That's the immune system I want. I don't want none of this pina colada vaping bullshit. I want the Scotch and cigars, man.
There we go. He's really trained himself. He's honed in on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, man, I think all we talked about was politics and coronavirus. But I mean, if
That's
Oh,
what you
Lane's
get
on.
when I'm
That's what
on,
you get.
guys. Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
our expert here. But no, it was
Good
fun, dude. It
news?
was good. It was good seeing you again, Lane. Glad
Yeah.
to hear you're doing well out there.
Yeah, man.
Any good news before we go though? I feel like we gotta end it on a positive
good
note.
news. I got some positive notes for you. Speaking of babies, your little brother had a second baby, came out
Yep.
all healthy and everything. Congratulations, being an uncle again. And to
Yeah.
you, Logan, for being a father again. Way to go.
Yep.
You're a newfound uncle.
I get it.
Been one for a very long time.
Well,
So-
you re-upped, all right? You got another 18.
Yeah, re-upped.
You got another fucking whenever they're fucking dead.
Mark, was it you or your brother that was like born an uncle?
Oh, my brother.
That's right. Yeah, because Sage is like what? Like it's just a few days older than him.
Yeah. Well, and then I have a niece that's older than him, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's like,
that
hey,
title
welcome.
wasn't
to,
earned.
You've just been born and you're an uncle now.
Exactly.
That's
so
so
I-
fucking funny.
It's so awkward. I remember like some old TV show,
Downloadable
Like the-
content, like pay to play kind of stuff. Bam, you're an uncle.
right?
Yeah.
It's part of the starting pack. You're already an uncle. Boom. But no, I
Start
remember
at
like there was like an
5.
old it's like a sitcom or something or whatever, and the main character's like parent got like remarried and had a new baby, and they're like,
Mhm.
congratulations, you have a new uncle. It's like, wait, I'm not supposed to be able to get new uncles. That's not how this is supposed to work. Oh, what is Nala being cute?
Nice.
Nala.
Majestic as fuck.
Dude, I wish she would have cuddled with me more when I was out there. She was not happy.
Cats are a crazy creature.
I think she was just upset about the move.
That too. All right, but we were wrapping it up though. I'm glad we
Yeah.
had a positive note.
New baby.
Yeah, guys.
Woo.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Let's fucking
So, yeah,
till
Please,
next time, folks.
Yeah, until next time. If you like this video, give it a like rating on YouTube. If you like this video and you didn't watch it on YouTube, say you were listening to it on Spotify or Apple Podcast, where you can find us at The Gentleman's Bureau. Then go to YouTube and then leave a like rating on it because it really helps us out. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because that way you'll be notified anytime we post new videos. If you really want to know though, like the instant we post new videos, make sure you ring that notification bell because then it'll send an alert right to your phone or your computer, whatever you're using on the day-to-day, and it'll say, hey, there's a new video. You better go watch it. And I know you want to. So, make sure you ring that notification bell, subscribe, like. If you want us to
All
talk
right.
about something specific, comment down below and we'll get to it next time.
Yeah. Comment about Afghanistan on this video though. I want to know what you guys got to say.
Yeah.
Should we instill the 25th Amendment? Probably. Till next time, folks.
Peace.
Bye.